Okay, we have an image here and we want to resize it, downsample it to 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels. So let's check out what it is. Control-Alt-I is image size. And we can see it's pretty big, and we want our target resolution to be 72. So I'm simply going to go ahead and uncheck resample, change that to 72, and recheck resample, and switch this over to pixels. Now, I could just change this to 1920, but that would be dividing this picture by more than 2. And I don't like to downsize it by more than 2 times because you simply lose quality. So I'm going to click Cancel and go back to here again and show you that. Deselect Resample, change to 72, re-click Resample, change that to pixels. This is fairly close to 6,000, so I'm just going to do 3,000. That's downsizing by less than half. Click OK. Immediately go back to the image size and plug in 1920. And we can see when we do that, the height is close but not exactly to what we want because we want 1080. If I made the height 1080, our width isn't wide enough. So what we're going to do is put the width at the correct pixels, 1920. I'm going to click OK, and then we're going to crop the height a little bit. So I'm going to click OK here, enlarge this picture, and we're going to take the cropping tool, and if there's anything up in the dimensional area, just go ahead and click clear to get rid of that. So we're going to set our dimensions at 1920 space px by 1080 space px. And the computer forms a crop for us, and I can go into the picture and actually move it a little bit if I want to. I have to be careful not to let the side show. And it looks like I will a little bit. I'm going to accept that. I can hit enter or click on this check mark right here. Don't worry about this little red on the side. I missed that just a little. Control-Alt-I. We get our size. It's correct size, 1920 by 1080 at 72. I would then go Shift-Control-Alt-S or File Save for Web. And we had said we wanted to save it at about 85 quality as a JPEG. And I would go ahead and do that. Right now I'm going to click Cancel, and we'll get a different one to look at. And here we have an image that's already been cropped. It's kind of square. So let's check out to see what the size and resolution is. Control-Alt-I. And we can see that it's pretty big, so I'm going to deselect resample, change 300 to 72. We can see it's 51 inches. I'm going to switch this back to pixels. We need to get this one right here, the height, down to 1080. Now that would be more than half dividing by 2, so I'm going to take it in 2 steps. I hope that makes sense to you. So about half of that, I can do about 16, but let's go about halfway between 31 and 10, so let's go down to about 2,000 pixels. I like to put the resample type on preserve details enlargement, which doesn't make much sense, but I get a lot better results when I downsize in using this than I do in using the sharper reduction, because to my eye it looks like this sharper reduction actually sharpens it a little bit too much. But anyway, that's what I do. So we change the height to 2000. We're going to click OK. And then we're going to make our second step, and we're going to change this to 1080. And remember I said on the portrait sizes or even square ones, I don't care what the width is. I can work with that. But for the videos, I do need them 1080 tall. So I'm going to click OK on that. This is what it looks like actual size. And then I'd go ahead and save it for the web.